Interesting shit starts happening this time. It seems like Bogarus misunderstood my message and thought I was referring to the Mictlan war instead to his cryptic message about storm demons, but well, not every joke can land. And at least it looks like the Mictlan war is soon over. Both fortresses are already breached, and theoretically I could storm this turn already and maybe have it over with. Sure, Mictlan still will live on underwater, but not for long. This time I'm planning to plop down temples right away and set a couple of priests to speed up the Dominion destruction, because I don't want a repeat of the long, agonizing ocean siege of Yomons. Anyway, instead of storming right away, I'm sending some reinforcements down south, just to make sure the armies can deal with whatever Yomon still has left over. Of course, this means this turn will be a bit longer than 3 minutes, because A, I had more time around the time I made this recording, and B, because I have to script all those units and set and place them here. Well, kind of dumb. Some more stuff about formations. If you want to really destroy enemy formations, you mostly want to set your archers to large blocks so as they can lay down withering rains instead of just a thin layer of 2-3 rows of turns. Of course, this is one possibility. Possibility 2 is you have lots of archer formations, then you can put them down in lines or double lines if you want, and just by sheer mass of fire can have the same effect. You just have to take into account that using formations will reduce your morale by 1, so it's not always a good idea to use line formations. Line formations are best if you have tons and tons of chaff and just want to use them to protect your own mages. In this case, having multiple thin lines means if they get mowed down by magic and crossbows and arrows and all that shit, chances are great that the damage will be averaged out across multiple formation instead of hurting just one. So if morale goes down and a unit, well, no, wait, no, it's like this. If you have, like, say, instead of 2 huge blocks, 4 thin lines doing the same thing, then the chance is that thunder strikes and archer stuff and everything coming down will hurt all 4 formations instead of 2, which can be good because it means less damage on average and less chance of a moral rout, but it can also be bad by routing all 4 formations instead of just 1 or 2. Like everything in Dominions 4, it's kind of situational. Sometimes having a huge blob works out, sometimes not. Like Pangea showed with lazy scripting, sometimes it doesn't work, and like I'm kinda fond of showing, sometimes all the scripting in the world will just lead to an embarrassing defeat. So, now I've spent 4 minutes already talking about this, and I still have so many formations in squads to order around. At least, as you can see, I've slowly replaced all my cheap infantry from the beginning of the game with expensive Iron Crows and Storm Guards, simply because this is a gimmick game where I have more money than I could ever use, so why not? In a normal game you will see Storm Guards and those other special units rather rare. It will simply take a while to get that much money, and if you aren't a gimmick game with tons and tons of gold income and extra resources, it's actually better to just recruit Tempest Warriors, because they have a lance and can do charge damage like cavalry, and thanks to having wings, it's nearly impossible to stop their charge. So if you let them attack the enemy as light infantry, there will be heavy losses every time, but thanks to their charge damage, they can often rout enemy armies without getting counter-attacked. Well, that's it. Ah yes, something I forgot, I still had some units and commanders left over for an invasion of the sea. So now that Yomon is dead, I'll try again. I think that's the 4th time by now. But now there are no shark warriors left to pester me, so this time I should finally gain a foothold underwater. Starvation happens again, thanks to combination of giant army and swamp, and I'm still doing this, this funny message shit. Wow, I just noticed there are only 4 players left by now. I guess my message from 1-2 turns ago that fuck, I keep forgetting what I want to say. Anyway, as you just saw, I'm still waiting on some of my skull stuff, but I think I at least got half of them by now. It gets progressively harder to remember what I did all these weeks and months ago. I'll be really relieved when I have this stash of recordings worked through. I can just post the end times where I already did my audio recordings, where I don't have to wreck my brains to remember video game shit. Anyway, something left to say? Oh, I still have 5 minutes left. Yeah, I know, I remember. I started using my pretender to do some additional site searching, because why the hell not? It costs less gems. I have tons of research already, so I don't need him standing around doing nothing. I don't have any major spells to cast right now, and he has absurd high death levels. And while I'm saying this, I'm presenting you the sits I'm doing, and I'm still forging my own dead stuff, and I'm forced to alchemize new death gems, because I just don't need that many air, earth, and nature. I need death. Well, at least I can say having an air nation like Kerlum pretending to be a death nation is at least a bit more surprising, I guess, for enemies. It comes of course at the high cost of not being able to do much with blood, since I'm needing all my resources to keep my fake death nation death nation, and doing even more to collect blood slaves, empower my mages up to use blood. That's a bit too much hassle for me. So death it is, and death it stays. And devas are astonishingly cheap. But of course I want a better yatas, or I think at this time I still wasn't sure what kind of thing I wanted to summon. Mountain fiends. That's nice little level 3 death mages I have been summoning for some time now. They're not as good as the immortal level 4 death liches, but at least you can get them earlier. And they are sitting in conjuration, where a lot of other useful spells are. So they are kind of easy to get. And level 3 death mages are still better than having none. Or just having my Harab Elders, because those I can only get reliably from my capital. And if I ever lose my capital, then I don't have those awesome super death mages anymore, and I would be in trouble. Well, time also to retake that pure dump cheap forest province full with some stuff. I think this is now the third or fourth time that a stupid event took that away. Anyway, mine of superior iron, exactly where I'm not recruiting anything. That's kind of stupid. The mine gives additional resources. But anyway, time to recruit more mages, because I still have an obscenely high gold income and I need to build stuff and recruit stuff, or the gold will just pile up uselessly. Well, not uselessly in terms of not being useful, more like uselessly because I'm not using it. Gold isn't like gems. Having a large stash of gems can help you later, but just piling up your gold without using it however isn't as smart. For one thing, you can't turn gold into gems or other useful stuff, you can just pay for it by building something or recruiting something. So why the hell aren't you doing this? Well, I guess you could also raise province defense. Shit, I'm playing too many space games apparently. But, well, I think that's really it for this turn. I'm moving up reinforcements to make really sure I get those two last Mictlan fortresses. And I'm sending another army into the ocean, this time unopposed. And that's it, I think. Oh! I just noticed Pangaea is also now in the ocean and using the death of Yomon to get more underwater real estate. So I'm guessing it's high time for me to get underwater too, just to counter Pangaea. Well, we see how that goes next time. Otherwise, there's not much right now going on. But wow, is Bogarus gigantic and titanic on the west. That will be the one major war deciding the fate of the game, I think. And if one of us three, Pangaea, Garth, and Callum, breaks our triple alliance, then we will be in a lot of trouble against that giant nation of blood monsters on our west side. Hopefully it will be Pangaea breaking our alliance, because if Garth backstabs me or Pangaea, then that's it basically, and we all lose. If on the other hand Pangaea breaks the treaty, then at least we can beat up Pangaea so we get even stronger. And if our all alliance holds, then I guess we destroy Bogarus, and then I have a small chance to get enough drones to sneak away a win before Garth inevitably runs away